So we did an evidence review to basically figure out what is it that made an EdTech or distance learning program successful. And we found kind of two high-level trends. The first thing is that if the program actually increased the quantity of learning, quantity of instruction that students were exposed to, that was very likely to be successful regardless of the medium, regardless of whether it was television, radio, mobile phone, or computers. The next thing we found is that if it was substituting or displacing traditional instruction, then the results were a little bit more nuanced, right? So if the quality of instruction was already pretty low, then it was pretty easy for the technology to replace that and provide basically a better learning experience for students. The other thing that would help is if the technology provided content that was engaging. So Sesame Street, Ubongo, television shows that are, very exciting for children to watch. If they were more interactive, for example, the instruction that was delivered that would also give students the ability to kind of take tests or quizzes. The software would tell them how they did and perhaps even adapt learning to their learning levels. Then there were the reasons why these technologies would fail. So obviously the first reason, going back to the original point, is that if the baseline quality of education, the status quo instruction, was already really high. But then even if it wasn't high, the things that would make it fail are implementation challenges. If the teachers didn't have the appropriate training, a lot of times they would not deliver that new kind of distance learning intervention with much fidelity. Oftentimes the technologies require some infrastructure. They require electricity and internet access. And if those were not reliable, the technologies would fail. And then last, a lot of times these distance learning approaches would require students to be self-motivated. So a great example is when online learning classes are replacing in-person university classes, for example. It allows the content to be delivered such that it is self-paced, interactive, engaging, and all of that. But it also requires that the students have the discipline to sit down and basically drive their learning journey by themselves.